respetos y máximo respeto del equipo y luego esperamos mañana nada. I'm not going to be denying our players maybe beat each other, but we don't play. Es Guardiola Zidane. Yo creo que el partido es Real Madrid, Manchester City. Y ya está. Lo que sí se trata es de hacer un gran partido. Lo que queremos nosotros hacer es que nuestra afición esté orgulloso de nuestro jugador, de todos y ya está.
Two brilliant coaches, of course, and well, two terrific players. But Zidane was on another level, wasn't he? What a footballer!
Oh, ridiculous footballer. I'm fortunate enough to play against him a number of times in the Champions League actually as well. And mesmeric the way he played, the way he floated around the pitch was just like he was on another planet, playing at a different pace to everybody else. Just an artistic footballer, brilliant.
And he's done surprisingly well in many ways as a coach. People thought, oh, he's just a big name and stuff, but he's coming. When he hasn't been knocked out of the Champions League at any point yet.
I don't think he's got the respect he deserves, really. You know, but 3 Champions Leagues in a row.
He must be.
I know, but people aren't talking about him the same as Klopp or Guardiola. He's not mentioned in those breaths, and you know maybe he should be.
Yeah, and what he's done since he came back to Real Madrid as well, because they really struggled last season. They've still not been brilliant, but they've been far more consistent than they were last season.
Yeah, they're definitely in a rebuilding phase. Obviously, Ronaldo leaving's huge, simple as that. And obviously, they felt they could do something different, getting rid of Zidane. Yeah. And he's proven what he can do and what he needs to be. Obviously, he's fighting right up there for La Liga, and a win tonight or winning this tie would really put them in a good place for the Champions League.
What about? I suppose the one downside to his record is in Champions League football. Away games, I think 26 games in the knockout stage away from home. He's only won 6 of them.
Yeah, when you put it like that and you lay down the stats, it does sound like, well, what's happened there? We wouldn't associate that with Pep Guardiola immediately, but listen, there's no doubting or getting away from the fact that he is one of the top 2 or 3 coaches on the planet. He's a genius, he's a maverick, he's somebody who's very innovative in his thoughts and philosophy on the game. So as a coach, it's undoubted what he is, but again, you've got to win, you've got to continue winning. The Champions League's been something that's eluded him since he's been gone from Barcelona.
But it's knockout football as well, and once you get to the knockout stage, you're playing largely against the very best in Europe, so it's a hazardous business.
Yeah, of course it is, but City this season, the Champions League means so much to them. They haven't had a great record in the Champions League. The winning league titles was amazing what he's done, but to turn that Champions League around, and even more so this year if they go out of it for another 2 years. I mean, the owners have come in to win the Champions League. They want the most glamorous trophy there is, and it hasn't materialised so far. I think this season is a big.
I mean, the thing about Pep as well, he does tend to mix his starting lineups and his players. And I think he's left out Aguero and Sterling. We put the team up for you a few seconds ago. He's not afraid to make big decisions. Does he overcomplicate things? Do you think occasionally? Or I mean, I played with Johan Cruyff and he used to do things. You go, really doing that? Are you doing that to like if we win the game so you look good? Or is there a feeling of that, or has he just got this incredible brain? I suppose only he would know.
They're big decisions, aren't they? They're huge decisions, and like, would we pick that team? Probably not. I'd want Aguero and Sterling in my starting 11, simple as that, if I wanted to go and beat one of the best teams in the world. But there's method to his madness. He trains with the guys every day. I'm sure he feels that this is the team that's going to set up the tie for the Etihad. Whether it does or whether it doesn't, we'll see.
Let's have a look at the Real Madrid starting lineup as well. We'll put that on the floor for you. No Hazard, of course, Real out for the season. He's had terrible luck.
Definitely bad luck for him. But listen, look at the experience in that team. Champions League winners all over the park, through the spine of the team.
Is there much experience in the past, do you think? Is the team going slightly over the top?
Yeah, but you just look at their recruitment policy now. They're buying the best young players from around the world, and they're spending big money on them players with the hope that they come through. But they have got experience, and in the knockout phases, experience it does count for a lot. So I'm sure they'll put them in good stead, but will he get them through? remains to be seen.
Okay, last season was something of a disaster for Real Madrid, finishing 19 points adrift of Barcelona in the league and exiting to Ajax in the Champions League round of 16. Fast forward a year though, and with perennial winner Zinedine Zidane back in the hot seat, Real are intent on returning to the summit of European football. We'll turn our attention to the Spanish heavyweight when we come back.
Champions League sponsor.
Winning the FA Cup means absolutely everything. Everything. Genuinely. The most prestigious.
Do you know what I like about the FA Cup as well is we'll always push together.
Yeah, watch it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a family event. Sat around the TV together.
Yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt, yeah. Watch all the stuff before, from everything from build-up, everything.
Yeah, I think the neighbours hate us because when we score, they know.
We're go mental.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant.
For 30 years was set for life from the National Lottery.
Good night. Good, how about you?
Tia wants to speak to you.
Yeah, go on, go on.
It's overrated up there. This Bill Giroud's from William Hill was brilliant. 3 more goals for us, 12 corners, 4 cards.
What, you can create your own myth?
Yeah, and you get instant odds.
Make it your bet. William Hill, build your odds.
Everyone to feel confident with money so we can all look after the pennies. That's why at NatWest we do money sense lessons in schools.
Oh, did you get that pound, love?
NatWest, we are what we do. This programme is brought to you by Nissan, UEFA Champions League sponsor.
2016 champions, 2017 champions, 2018 champions, 2019 a round of 16 exit at the hands of Ajax. But was it just a blip or the collapse of a kingdom? Andy May has been finding out if Real are ready to reclaim their crown as kings of Europe.
Rodrigo, one last chance, maybe. Benzema. Rodrigo! Hat-trick!
Real Madrid pulled apart Galatasaray in November, winning 6-0. But a draw and defeat against PSG resulted in a second-place finish in the group. Madrid are also second best at the moment in La Liga, surprisingly beaten on Saturday at Levante. It was only a second loss of the campaign in the league, which is the priority this season. Of late, winning the Champions League has become rather normal.
There's no doubt this squad right now is favourites to win La Liga. Maybe not the Champions League, but to win La Liga, and I think you can see that in the discourse of Zidane, who's made a point of prioritising the league title all the way through the season. Partly, I think, because he sees it as a measure of where a team truly is. I think he sees this as the stepping stone as well towards a culture of consistency, which Real Madrid haven't really had over the last decade, despite those enormous successes in Europe.
They need to win in Spain, because Real Madrid win a lot of Champions League, but just 2 or 3 in the last 10 years. And Zidane can put the fire inside the player to win La Liga, and I think it's the difference in this year.
There's a very conscious policy at Real Madrid at the moment to shift away from that idea of signing Galacticos, not least, of course, because there's an economic reality to it. Those Galacticos are too expensive now for Real Madrid to sign. So you see someone like Hazard who can turn up, but that's because he's in the final year of his contract. Beyond that, you have to get those superstars younger.
Esa juventud, esa ilusión y ese hambre por seguir ganando cosas y seguir conquistando títulos lo aportan también esos jóvenes, ¿no? Al final es una mezcla entre los veteranos que tenemos más experiencia y los jóvenes, ¿no? Es una mezcla muy positiva que hay que mantener dentro de un equipo para después querer ganar.
He came back in part because they asked him, because he didn't feel in a position to say no, but it also says something about him coming back to try and make a point, this is right, I'm going to construct a team, a slightly younger team maybe, a team that perhaps is better day by day, if not as successful perhaps with those big moments, those big Champions League nights.
Cristiano Ronaldo! Who else on a big night?
Ways played. Ways played successfully kind of overcome the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo. He's become more strong defensively because, of course, they recognise that he has 50 goals a season, we haven't got, so therefore we're going to have to defend better. So seen through the prism of this season, you would say it's been broadly successful. But of course we can't forget that the season that began is post-Cristiano Ronaldo.
big challenge for them in here. Of course, no Aguero up front, they've gone for Jesus and Otamendi in the back as well.
Yeah, I think it's a Manchester City side. I mean, it doesn't matter who Pep plays, he's always attack-minded, he always wants to score goals. I think their best form of defence is to go out and attack Real Madrid. We know that they've conceded goals, and I personally think Manchester City will score this evening, and that's what they have to do.
Well, you've been in both of these dressing rooms. Do players actually use something like that UEFA ban as a motivation? Would that be in your mind today?
No, not particularly, because every single year you want to win this magnificent trophy. The fact that you're banned or you're not allowed to play in it, or so we think they're not allowed to play in it in the next couple of years, it shouldn't matter. You should want to win this competition regardless of anything.
Pep's just been chuckling about the reception that I'm asking he's hoping to get tonight. Tell us what it really means. I mean, tell us the depth of animosity here.
Well, how do you feel about your nemesis, about the villain of the play? You are a little bit jealous because he comes from the ranks of Barcelona, has made them really, really good, and in fact the Real Madrid is trying to replicate that with your friend Raúl. The hope is that he's the new Guardiola, but at the same time there's been big defeats here, the 2-6 in 17 times that he's faced them as a manager. Real Madrid has only been able to beat them 4 times. Plus, I think the Madrid fans and Pep Guardiola understand life and politics in completely different extremes. So I think you'll hear all that in the way he gets the reception.
That's right. I think everything's going to be in play tonight. Back to you, lads.
Thank you very much. He never lost, did he, at the Bernabeu with Barcelona, Pep Guardiola?
No, but that was like one of the best teams, if not the best club teams.
It was quite a good side. They did have a few decent players in that team, didn't they? A Clasico at the weekend as well for Real Madrid, so it's a massive week for Zidane.
Yeah, it is huge, and I think they were talking about Zidane coming back to Real Madrid at a time of need. I think it's a great opportunity for him. I think it's a great opportunity for him to create even a bigger legacy, but a different one in terms of the young players that are great players from around the world potentially, and creating Galacticos rather than buying ready-made Galacticos. So it's a great opportunity, and I think it's an exciting time there because he's got great experienced players. If he can merge them with the young players that he's getting, who've got the huge potential, it's tantalising times ahead for them.
One of those experienced players, he's been around for a long time, he's Benzema. Of course, he's been a top-class goal scorer. I think 4th now, all-time scorer in the Champions League, and I think he was joined last night actually by Lewandowski.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, it's time for him to step out of the shadow, I suppose, of Ronaldo.
Well, he's scored more goals since Ronaldo left.
He has. I mean, listen, this is a player, in my opinion, that deserves more respect than he gets. Some of the numbers are ridiculous. I mean, this is... we're just looking at the way he's playing now. He's always on the shoulder of the centre-back. He's in between the centre-half and the full-back. That's what I like about him. He can go both ways. Both the centre-backs, they're both looking over their shoulder about where he is. I'm not sure where the full-back is in that particular instance. He doesn't score this time, but he's always on the shoulder. I think he's getting a scruffy goals. This is when he's on that shoulder, he can go near post or far post. And that one, getting his goal in the near post. But talking about the scruffy goals, getting his numbers up. Here's one here. He's in the right place at the right time. I think he's got 18 goals this season. But I think he can get more. Listen, he's never going to replace Ronaldo, but I think he's a top player. Doesn't command the respect that perhaps he should do. I mean, it's 240 goals in just under 500 games for Real. He's just behind Puskas on the all-time. And as you mentioned, I think he's 4th in the Champions League goal-scoring charts. They're amazing numbers, and deserves a little bit more respect than he gets.
Yeah. And I suppose as well, he played second fiddle so much to Ronaldo, didn't he, when he was there? He kind of let Ronaldo do what he wanted to do. He played a different kind of role that he's playing now.
Yeah, he did, but like it's impossible not to play that role in a team with Cristiano Ronaldo. One with his talent, two with the kind of, I mean, ego respectfully, but that's how he plays the game. He needs to be the main man.
Yeah.
And Benzema, racked up those numbers quietly. Everyone's talking about Lewandowski, about the form he's in and what a striker he is. And, Benzema was sitting ahead of him till last night.
Yeah, you talked about them bringing young players through. Rodrigo's one of them that impressed you. He's starting on the bench today. Vinicius does start. They've got some young talent there, Ria.
Oh, some great young talent, but Vinicius, obviously, the pace that he possesses, he's like a YouTube sensation. My kids talk about Vinicius. He's hardly played many games and had a huge impact yet. Rodrigo's the one who's come in 19 years old, £40+ million, 4 goals, but he's not involved in that. But it just shows you the type of players that they're getting, the difference in recruitment, and it's a chance now for these young players to really come in. There's an opportunity. Hazard's injured, the big signing. Come in and take and grasp this opportunity.
It's funny, in the interviews we were watching there, wasn't it? Sergio Ramos. I mean, because you don't see him interviewed. I haven't seen him interviewed that often, and it just reminds you what a footballer.
Well, what he's achieved, what he's done in the game, he's won every single trophy available. He's always at the forefront. When there's a big moment in the game, he steps up, he can score goals, he'll make tackles. He has huge personality, and these young players that we keep talking about are going to